It is the most surreal and haunting feeling in the world to know that death is down the hall and coming.
No one else knows, and no one else can possibly understand what you're dealing with.
I was no longer an innocent high school student. I had to immediately become an adult.
Today we are hearing from the survivors of the Freeman High School shooting. Good evening and thank you for joining us for Crimson News at 5. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
And I'm Whitney Ward. Thank you for being here. Well, today is the first day of those victim impact statements from students, teachers, and community members impacted by that shooting.
15-year-old Sam Strahan died that day. 3 freshman girls were also shot, and an entire community was traumatized. Today was their first chance to speak directly to the shooter and the judge.
KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk was in the courtroom all day today. Kyle?
We heard from students, parents, counselors, and teachers who were there that day. Just about every one of them asked the judge to give Caleb Sharp the maximum sentence.
More than 4 years after killing a classmate and shooting 3 others, Caleb Sharp sat in court and listened to victims who say they're still traumatized.
My son, that was in 2nd grade at the time, had nightmares for months about a school shooter coming into the elementary school and finding him. That day altered who I am as a teacher. For months afterwards, when I arrived at school, I had to work up the courage to enter the school building.
I am constantly suspicious of people and my students, and I think I am a worse teacher for it. I cannot trust my students like I did before. I regularly think, is this it? Is it going to happen again? Is it him or her?
Victims' advocates read testimony from students, teachers, parents, and the janitor who disarmed Sharp and pinned him to the ground until deputies arrived.
Upon entering the hallway, I immediately come eye to eye with Caleb Sharp. Caleb just stares at me. I again immediately point my Leatherman at Caleb Sharp and say, get on the effing ground right now.
Throughout today's testimony, Sharp stared down at the table. Nearly every victim asked the judge to give Sharp the maximum sentence.
I asked for the maximum sentence to be handed down. At least that would make a small bit of justice and peace of mind for those families who were impacted the most and for our entire community.
And today's testimony really showed the scope of things. This shooting impacted kindergartners to grandparents. Mark and Whitney.